Hi folks, my name's Dan from Raw Adventures and I'm here today to show you how to do a DLOG entry on Mountain Training's DLOG system. You're probably watching this because you're working towards either a training or assessment course, something like a hill and moorland leader or lowland leader, for which you'll need to log your experience, and we do that through DLOG. So head to mountain-training DLOG and head over to the login button. That will take you through to their candidate management system. Just log in using whatever details you've registered with, and then you will get a screen that looks a little bit like this. And if you head towards the top left, you'll see the DLOG button here, so we'll click on that and open up a logbook. Head to add here, and then just click on whatever type of activity it is that you're talking about. In this case, I think I'm going to add some, what shall I add? I'm going to add some lowland walking. All of these pages will look the same regardless of what activity you're adding. I'm just using this one as an example. So you need to search for an area. So I'm going to say that I'm in Snowdonia. And the search function is a bit interesting. It does some slightly strange things sometimes. Works by county rather than national park, as you can see. But I know that I'm actually in Gwynedd. And the date, well, I did this walk, I'm going to say this was on the 1st of August. And I was just out for one day. Frequency will almost always be none. That's because if you're repeating the same thing, it's unlikely to count for more than one entry because you're not getting any new learning out of that. So that's usually going to be none. I didn't go running, but it was a quality lowland day. It met all of the criteria for a quality lowland day. And if you're not sure what those criteria are, have a look in the course handbook for whatever course or scheme you're on, and it will give you a good definition of what is a quality day or not. If it's not a quality day, it's still worth logging in the other option. It's always good to know about all of the experience you've got. But in this case, I'm going to log it as a quality day. And we've got a few styles. So equals, that means that you're out with someone of similar ability to you. They're not they're not out for their first day outside, but they're not an already qualified leader either. So that's kind of peer-to-peer, if you like. You may have been out in a kind of leader capacity, and you can be out in this capacity even if you're not qualified yet. So this may be that you took some friends or family out who are not very outdoorsy, and you took them for a walk. You're kind of there in a leader capacity, even if it's not kind of official or paid work. Maybe you went solo, maybe you were a member of a group. This is slightly different to equals in that this is like you're a member of a group with a leader leading the group. So an example might be if you're a member of, or if you're on like a walking holiday, you will have had an official, probably paid leader on that trip. You would have been a group member. Assistant leader is similar to leader, but there was more than one of you in that capacity. And technical advisor is probably quite unlikely. You were there in a sort of technical advisor or technical expert position, but it's there as an option. So I'm going to say I went out on my own in this case, and I went out for 4 to 5 hours. The weather, well, quite simple, just choose whichever one is most appropriate. It was raining, but I had quite good visibility. I had a gentle breeze, I didn't do any camping, I didn't camp, and it wasn't an expedition. I'm then going to head over here to the map and just sort of shuffle it around until it's in roughly the right place. So I went for a walk from our offices. Raw Adventures office is just based down here in Bryn Isle. I went for a walk from there, so I'm going to drop the pin there. I've then got a chance to add in a description, so I'm not going to write too much. I'm struggling to write and talk at the same time. But I'm giving kind of brief descriptions, but enough description that if someone else looked at this, they could work out where I'd gone. And I'll come to some other ways you can offer some advice on, or offer kind of details on where you went shortly. but I will just finish this first. So super simple description of where I went, but that's enough for your assessor or course director to work out roughly where you went. You might also want to note in here anything kind of interesting or any key learnings that you found. So I'm going to say that I spotted 2 new plants in the slate quarries, and you can maybe say what they were. The more detail, the better within reason. It's always good to know what people are learning on these days out. If anything specific happened with the weather, it's good to drop in here as well. If you have any challenges, let us know. It's good to know what sort of experience you're having on these days out on the hills or in the countryside. This is your way of telling us about all the experience that you've gained and why you're ready for your either training or assessment course. If words are not your thing, and they're not everybody's thing, then there's other ways to describe where you've been. You could draw a line on a map and upload a file here, just load a picture. That's cool, we can work with that. Or if you've tracked it using Strava or a GPS watch or anything like that, you can just drop the GPX file into this box here, and that will automatically populate the line of where you went onto this map at the top. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of what we need from a DLOG entry and how to do it. If you do have any other further questions, just get in touch with us at Raw Adventures. You can either use the contact form on the website or give us a call on 01286 870 870.